Welcome to Publishing Power. My name is JoEllen, and we are here today with the Quartet. It is four of us who work in the writing industry, and we're excited about editing and self-publishing, and we'd love to talk to you today. So we're doing a little series for you, and we're going to talk about the different things that our companies have and how we're working together and how we think that we can better help writers and authors out there. So today we have with us Kristina Stanley from Fictionary. As you know, she's been with us with the 38 Story Element. We have Tara Kremen, who is the director of ProWriting Life. Say hello there. She's our leading expert on everything self-publishing in the indie world. And then we have Lisa from ProWritingAid, of course, our online tool that we love. And we are here to talk to you today. So thank you for joining us. My name's JoEllen. I'm from First Editing. First, we have Lisa. She's from ProWritingAid, and she's been working with communication for over 15 years. She loves helping writers embrace the editing process, and she can turn that little messy draft into something truly wonderful. She's here with ProWritingAid, which many of you know we love here. They offer the world-class grammar and style checking, and that's all in an online tool. It creates in-depth reports, it helps you strengthen your writing, and has a unique combination of suggestions, articles, videos, and quizzes. So it makes writing fun and interactive. And welcome, Lisa. We're so glad to have you here today. Welcome, Lisa. This is great. Lisa's representing ProWritingAid, and she's been working in communications now for over 15 years. And you just love working with writers. Something about taking that mess and turning it into something really nice, right?
I love it. I know not everyone loves that whole revision process and going in and trying to tweak all those sentences, but I love it.
That's great. So today she's going to talk about ProWritingAid, and as we all know, it's the only platform that offers world-class grammar and style, and it's the checking that's combined with in-depth reports, and they help you strengthen your writing. We use it here at First Editing. We love it. And what was really fun is you can have a bunch of combinations of suggestions, articles, videos, and quizzes. So they try to make editing fun for those of you who may not find it so fun like the rest of us. So today you are on the hot seat, Lisa. And we have Kristina from Fictionary. Hello, Kristina.
Hello.
And we have Tara from ProWriting Life. Hi, Tara.
Hi.
Hey, so we're going to ask you some questions for our audiences so they can learn a little bit more about ProWritingAid. Tara, can you start?
Sure. I would love to learn about how does ProWritingAid's tools make the writing process easier?
The thing that I most love about ProWritingAid is that it takes what can be a really huge, daunting task and breaks it into sort of smaller pieces. And so, you could edit an entire book by yourself, and lots of people always have done, but there's a lot of books that never get through that process because it's so big and it's so scary and people don't really know where to begin. So I think, for myself, because I have a manuscript in my drawer that I wrote 15 years ago and never did anything with because I just didn't know what to do with it back then, the thing that I find most appealing about ProWritingAid is that it helps break it all down into bite-sized pieces so that you can see that you're making changes, you can see that it's getting better, you can see that you're making progress and getting closer and closer to something that's either ready to send to an editor like JoEllen's team, or if you're going to self-publish, then it's a good way to make sure that you're self-publishing the highest quality writing that you can. So that's what I love the most.
Great. That's great. So now the next question goes to Kristina from Fictionary.
Hi, Lisa. So since your superpower is copy editing, and most of my followers know ProWritingAid works within Fictionary. So when they're story editing and copy editing, they can do it all together in one place. So what I would like to share with my subscribers is, from all of your experience throughout the years with ProWritingAid, what's the most common copy editing issue you see, and how should a writer fix it once they know what that issue is?
The thing with writers is everyone has their own bad habits and everyone has their own strengths. And so it's hard to say that this is the most common issue. Grammar issues and spelling issues are always, you see those a lot. But the most common report that people use in ProWritingAid is the style report because it helps you improve readability at a really technical level. And it's a lot of what the suggestions in there focus on is taking the noise out of your sentences. There's one of my favorite reports as well, which works in a similar way, is a sticky sentence report. And it flags up those sentences that have tons of unnecessary words and that are overly complicated and that your reader may have to stop and reread again to get your point. It's not concise. You haven't been really clear. You've maybe wobbled around a little bit before you got to your point. And I think those are the ones that make the biggest difference to writers because they're cumulative. One sentence where instead of saying he began to drive away, you say he drove away. And, you know, everyone knows that if he drove away, he started to drive away or he began to drive away. And so those extra words are just noise, right? They're not necessary. And so that's one little thing. But once you do that 1,000 times over the course of your book, that all adds up to just a much more readable book. And I think those are the ones that people really love and that are easy, quick fixes and that make the biggest difference.
Right. Thank you.
Sure.
Excellent, excellent. Now it's my turn. We work with ProWritingAid. All of our editors use it and we recommend it again and again. So one of the great things about using an editing tool, and we talk about this when you're self-editing, which of course, Lisa and I do the self-editing school and we work on that together. I want to talk about the reports. You just mentioned them. So when you're assessing the needs and your concerns as a writer, how do you use those reports best for sharing your concerns with a professional editor?
Yeah, I think the one thing that ProWritingAid does really well and that we're really trying to expand is having a lot of learning in the app itself. And I think Fictionary does this as well. And so if you're a writer and you're working with an editor, if you have a shared vocabulary and you understand what they're saying when they say you've got too much passive voice or you've got sticky sentences or whatever it is, if you have a shared vocabulary and you understand those basic writing techniques, then that relationship is just going to go more smoothly, don't you think?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, that's what we work with. And the more they can understand, the better we can assist them. So it's really important to integrate these and the tools, especially having a report. It's so much easier because you start to get a sense, but sometimes you still don't know what your problem is. You know, you're not right. It's like when you're in another language and sometimes it's just that way. You know, it's not right, but you don't know how to make it. You know, you don't know what's wrong. You don't know what's right. You know, it's not right, but you don't know what's wrong. And so having a report that you can refer to really helps. In the same way when we use that again and again. So it's very important to do all this before you start the self-publishing and you send it off to Kobo and that. So it's very, very helpful to have that artificial intelligence or that little intelligent assistant sitting there and talking to you again and again and again and telling you what you need.
Yeah, and over the last year, we've really tried to add as much learning as possible into the tool. So for example, if you're flagged for not having much in the way of sentence variety, I mean, if you're a new writer, you may not understand why that's important. So we've got articles and videos and all kinds of things in there talking about how good sentence variety is more engaging and having just every sentence with 10 words can become really tedious. And so those are things that you will learn, and there's hundreds of them throughout the tool as you go along, and so your skills will grow and your ability to talk to your editor from a place of knowledge will improve as you go along.
Excellent. And so again, we're going to include some links underneath here. So please check them out. So you can check out the reports and all the different things that are available there from ProWritingAid. And of course, we encourage you to check those and see what you can download and learn as you go. Thank you, Lisa, for joining us today. Everyone, check out the links below. And we encourage you to check us out again at Publishing Power. We'll be back again with the Quartet once again next week. Take care. Bye.
Thanks. Bye.